welcome back. This short practice that I'm going to show you now is for your back. We're going to end in a restorative pose. If you can't get on the floor to do that, I would recommend you maybe try it in bed. All you'll need, and by way of props, are a couple of blankets. If you don't have yoga blankets, find small blankets around your house. Throw blankets work well, or nice heavy beach towels. I have two here. You might want a third to cover your body because we're going to end in a restorative pose. So you'll start on your back. I'm going to use one blanket underneath my head and leave the other blanket off to the side. When you have the blanket under your head, don't have it too thick here. So I'm going to come down onto my back. The blanket is here more for support. Notice if your chin is way up high to the sky. If it is, you might want to increase the support underneath your neck to bring your chin more in level with your forehead. Relax your arms by your side, knees bent, because that provides the most support for the low back. And if you feel it all cramped in the low back, press into your feet, lift, lengthen through the tailbone, and then resettle your low back. You can do the same thing with your shoulders, rock side to side, and settle the shoulder blades more comfortably on the floor, letting the arms rest away from the body. Take a couple breaths to settle in and see how you're feeling. And now walk your feet as wide as the long edges of your mat. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the knees fall to one side, releasing through the whole exhale. Use the in-breath to bring the knees up to center. And exhale, drop the knees to the opposite side. Let's continue for a couple more breaths. So inhaling to center. Exhale. Inhale to the middle. Exhale to the opposite side. One more time to each side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. Knees fall to the side. Use your in-breath to bring the knees up to center. You can walk the feet a little closer or let the knees come to rest. And now bring your arms in front of your chest, holding opposite elbow so your thumbs are tucked into the elbow crease. Take that breath in. And as you exhale, let the arms fall to one side. The head will turn to the opposite side. And I'm finding the blanket's a little high for me, so I'm going to lower it down. So I have more movement for my neck, more space. Inhale, bring head and arms to center, and then allow them to drop the opposite way. We'll do that 2 more times each side. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, center. Last time. Inhale, center. And come back to center. Separate the knees, and now we'll have the knees and the arms going in opposite directions. So as my arms move to the right, I'll let my knees fall to the left, and let the head go where it wants. My head always seems to want to go with my arms when both are moving. Use the in-breath to bring all to center using core muscles. Exhale, arms go to the left as knees go to the right. Imagine it's like wringing out a wet washcloth. Inhale, coming to the middle. Exhale, arms right, knees to the left. Inhale, coming to neutral. Exhale, arms left, knees right. And come back to the middle. Good, release your arms, bring knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. You can take the knees as wide as you need to here. And then come back to center, bringing your knees together, hands on top of the knees. Notice the elbows are bent. As you inhale, let the knees float away so they come over your hips just till the elbows straighten. And then exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest, elbows bend. Let's do two more. Inhale, knees float away. Exhale, bringing knees and thighs in towards chest. Last time, let them float away, knees coming right over the hips. And exhale, drawing them in. Release your feet to the floor one at a time, best for your low back. Pause here for a moment, see how you're feeling. If you still have that blanket pretty high underneath your neck, you'll want to remove it for the next because we're going to come into a dynamic bridge. So again, set your feet in line with your sits bones, about hip distance apart. And you're always welcome, if you have a block, to bring it between your knees, but it's not necessary. So take a breath in. Notice how the tailbone tilts towards the floor. And as you exhale, press the low back into the floor. Begin pressing into your feet. Engage your core muscles and begin to lift your hips up towards the sky. We'll start just with the hips. Inhale here, lifting the hips a little higher. And exhale, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Good. Inhale. Exhale, rolling up the spine, engaging the core, using those core muscles to help you, engaging the glutes. Come up, inhale here, exhale, rolling down. Inhale, hold. We're going to add the arms to this next round. So as you exhale, engage the core, begin to lift the arms up overhead. Let the arms come so that the backs of the hands come to the floor above your head. Inhale, reach and lengthen, press into those feet. And exhale, rolling down one vertebra at a time. And repeat that again. Take a breath in. Exhale, engage the core, slowly rolling up. Arms reaching overhead. Inhale here, lengthen, press into the feet, and exhale, rolling down one vertebra at a time. No need to hurry. And let your palms rest, let your back rest. Take a breath here, see how you feel. And bring your right thigh in towards your chest and bring your hands around the back of the thigh to support it. And you can go as wide as you need to. Circle the foot and ankle. And then take a couple circles in the other direction. The foot coming to stillness. Straighten the knee, taking the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bend the knee, thigh comes towards the chest. Two more, inhale. Straightening the knee, foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend in towards the chest. One more time. Inhale, lengthen up, and let's hold here. Okay. And point and flex your foot. Point and flex. You'll feel some stretch into the calf and into the hamstring. And last time. And now you're going to bend that knee and bring your ankle to rest on the opposite thigh. Let the knee move out to the side and you relax your arms at your side. Now you're going to be rocking side to side. So you're going to rock on that left foot from the pinky toe side of the foot, the outer edge to the inner edge. And feel how the back of the pelvis rocks across the floor like rockers on the bottom of a rocking chair. So it's a massage there, inviting some opening into the hip joints. And then coming back to center, you always have a choice here. You can bring just your right hand to the right thigh and work to press that knee away, particularly if it's very tight for you here. If that doesn't feel like you're getting much of a stretch and you'd like more of a sensation, You can bring the left thigh in, interlace your fingers around the back of that left thigh, and begin to pull the left thigh in towards your chest. I'm going to use my right elbow to press my right thigh away, encourage a little bit more opening. Breathe here, notice if you're clenching your jaw. Notice if your chin is pointing up to the ceiling. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Keep the chin in line with the forehead. Take one more breath. Release that left thigh, let the foot come to the floor. Extend the right leg up towards the ceiling and keeping the foot flexed, slowly lower that leg all the way down to your mat. When it reaches your mat, let the left knee float out to the side and bring the sole of the left foot into the upper right thigh. Extend your arms overhead as you come into tree pose here on your back. It's a lovely stretch to lengthen the spine. And then take your left hand, make a bracelet around that right wrist. Inhale, lengthen, stretch that right arm and right foot away. And then as you exhale, take a tiny bend and arc over to the left, like you were creating the shape of a banana here. Inhale, come back to center, release your arms, bring left foot to the floor, slide the right foot in, bring both knees in towards your chest, and take any movement here, side to side, circle the knees. And then coming back to center, plant the right foot down, hands around the back of the left thigh, and circle now the left ankle. Draw a couple circles in one direction, switch, circle the other way. Good, bringing the foot to stillness. We're going to use the inhale to straighten the knee, taking the sole of the foot towards the ceiling, and exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, take the sole of the foot to the ceiling, and exhale, bend. One more time, inhale, lengthen up, and here, point and flex your foot a few times, feeling how that stretches the muscles at the back of the leg. Now you'll bend this knee and bring the ankle to rest on the opposite thigh, right? And open out through the knee. Arms can come to the floor and be relaxed or rest on your belly. Begin to rock now from the outer edge to the inner edge of the right foot. So you feel that massage across the pelvis, along the floor in your mat. And then coming to stillness, you can take your hand to the thigh and press away. If that doesn't create any sensation, you don't feel like doing anything, bring the right thigh in, hands can interlace behind that thigh, left elbow can push the thigh away, and hold here and breathe. Make sure you keep length in the back of your neck. Take one more breath here. And release your hands. Right foot comes to the floor, left leg extends up to the sky. Exhale, lower the leg all the way down, nice and slow. When the heel reaches the floor, let the right knee come out to the side, the sole of the foot coming into the upper thigh. Extend your arms overhead, tree pose. And then bring your right hand, make a bracelet around the left arm. Inhale, lengthen through that left side. And then exhale, take that little banana side bend here. Come back to center, release both arms. Bring the sole of the right foot to the floor. Bring the left foot to the floor. Bring both knees into chest. And give yourself a nice hug. Release your feet one at a time to the floor. And now find that extra blanket that you had. I'm going to do it to this side to begin. So I'm going to bring it on my left side. I don't want to bring it around my hip. I'm going to be taking one leg across. So I'm going to straighten my left leg. And I'm going to bring my right leg in towards my chest. Right? And this time I have my hands around the front of the shin. Right? Notice that the left toes are pointed to the ceiling. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, draw the right thigh in towards the belly, squeezing, squeezing. Inhale, release. One more time. Exhale, squeeze that thigh in. Inhale, release. And now I want you to use your left hand to hold the shin of that right knee. Right arm will go right out in a T, usually palm to the ceiling is best in terms of shoulder comfort. Now I'm going to begin to draw this leg across towards my blanket. And you might have to adjust the blanket a little bit here. And if one blanket isn't enough, I'm going to steal from underneath my head here since I don't have an extra one. You certainly can stack up a couple of blankets. And I want to shift this enough so that my foot isn't dangling too much, but I have some nice support. It's a nice deep twist. Right? I want to keep activating through the left leg. And I'm feeling a big stretch in the outer part of the hip into the glutes on the right side. I want to try and work my right shoulder to the floor. And your gaze can be up at the ceiling, eyes can be closed. Again, depending upon what's happening in your neck and cervical spine, you have the option of turning your head away from the knees to deepen this twist. I'm going to stay here for 5 more breaths. One more breath. You're certainly welcome to stay longer, but for our purposes today, right, we're going to come back to center, bringing that leg to center. I'm going to hug it in, then bring the left leg in, rock a little side to side, and then release my feet to the floor. Before I go to the other side, I'll just shift my blankets, so lift them up and shift them across. At home, if you have bed pillows available, you might have a couple of pillows on each side, and that way you're all set up right from the very beginning. And I'm going to bring left leg in, hands around the front, extend the right leg, long toes towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, draw the thigh in towards the belly. It can be towards the outer part of the ribs. Inhale, release. Exhale, draw that thigh in. Inhale, release. This time the right hand will hold the shin and the left arm will go out to the side. I'm going to take a breath in, and as I exhale, I'm going to draw the leg across and to find my blanket support. And you might need to take a moment to adjust the blanket. I'm going to keep active through that right foot. Breathe here.
Searches.
And a couple of breaths.
Call from lead CO searches. Call from lead CO searches.
And then come back to center. And hug that knee in. Hug the opposite knee in. And bring your feet to the floor. And you can stay here and rest for a few breaths, or roll to your side and push up. And that can be the end of your practice. Thanks so much for being here today. I look forward to hearing your feedback. Take care.